Zoom is connecting to YouTube right now, so once that gets going, all right, that is going. And let me also record. All right, we are ready to rock and roll.
All right.
Do sorry. Where are the
Yep.
documents for this Go team meeting? I can never find them. Sorry.
I
They,
think I let me go
Let's
to
see.
the folder.
Is it on the drive?
Yep,
yes.
I think the drive,
Okay.
but I'll send it again. Share, copy link. My Outlook is open up. I didn't want all that stuff popping up during the meeting. So I just sent you the link to everybody, the link to all the documents.
Yeah.
I think it was in the original email. Let me know if you guys can open it, or if I need to give any kind of access or anything.
It's saying that I need access.
If you go ahead and just request it, can you request it from that screen?
Yes.
And then I'll grant it to you.
Okay.
I think we can go ahead and get started, and I'll just keep on giving people access as they request it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good evening. Welcome to the Garden Hills Go team, where we will follow the agenda that has been emailed to you and publicly noted. I would like to remind everyone that this is a meeting of the Go team and only members of the team may participate in the discussion. Any members of the public present are here to quietly observe. I am pleased to call this meeting of the Garden Hills Go team in order at 5:05 p.m. Our first order of business is to call roll. The secretary will now take roll. Mr. Willoughby, did you get those documents? Okay.
No, I still do not have them.
Well, and it doesn't show the meeting minutes form on that doc in the drive, does it?
There we go.
From the previous meeting.
Well, no, the one for him to take um, minutes in.
I normally don't give Miss Hill the form. She normally just
Oh,
creates it in there.
okay.
Okay. Well, I don't have the template to take notes.
I think
I have
normally
the
she does.
agenda.
Mm-hmm.
I have the agenda, but I do not have the template.
If I were to send it to you, it would just be a PDF, so you would not be able to make adjustments to it. I think that you'll just be able to kind of just take notes regularly, and then we'll just transpose it before we post on the website.
Okay.
Willoughby, I think I sent you something. See if this is right. It's not this meeting, but it's a meeting.
Meeting template. Oh, there we
Okay,
go.
look in the chat. Do you see in the chat?
Yes, I got it.
Okay.
Oh, and Miss Jacoby did so as well.
Okay. Why do I not have access to those? Okay. Sorry.
No, you're fine. We sprung that on you last minute, so.
So I will take attendance. Dante Edwards,
Present.
Gene Moore,
Present.
Taylor Hill. She's not here. Jocelyn Kennedy,
Present.
Fiona Grant,
Present.
Elizabeth Mayers. I think she's here yet. Myself, present. Tommy Hope,
Present.
John Coppage,
Present.
Katie Carlson.
Present.
Thank you.
Excellent. The team will only be able to take official action if a quorum is present. Is there a quorum present?
Yes, there is.
Excellent. All right. Our first order of business is to approve the agenda. This was provided to you. Are there any changes to our agenda? If there are no changes to the agenda, may I have an motion to approve the agenda?
I approve.
Great. May I have a second?
I
Okay.
second.
All in favor, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Excellent. Everyone has approved the agenda. We will review and approve the meeting minutes from our last meeting. The meeting minutes have been provided to you. Are there any corrections? If there are no corrections, may I have a motion to approve the previous meeting minutes?
I motion to approve.
May I have a second?
I second.
Excellent. All in favor, please raise your hand or say aye. Okay. All opposed, please raise your hand or say nay. And any abstentions, please say abstain. Okay, we are moving on to our action items. And our first action item is approval of the 25-2030 strategic plan.
Yep. And let me get the presentation going. Everybody who's here who requested access, you should have access to it at this point, to the file. Uh, Slideshow. We all see the slideshow?
Yes.
Perfect. So this is the agenda that Gene just spoke of, and we'll go through this as printed. And so this is where we are in terms of our action items. Our biggest goal tonight is to finalize the strategic plan and then rank our objectives. Jocelyn, your hand is still up. Is that from the voting for earlier, or you had a question?
I honestly didn't even know that it was mine that was up.
Okay. Just to keep in mind what we did before, last time we reviewed our purpose and mission and vision. We looked at it, we wordsmithed some things, and then we moved that into our 2025-2030 strategic plan. And then from there, we looked at our then priorities, which are now our objectives, placed them under our 6 categories, added a few, wordsmithed a few, and then we ended up with our current strategic plan. And so as we've gone along this year, this is where we are right now, to the point where we are approving our strategic plan and ranking our strategic objectives. And so we are now here at this meeting 4 to do just that. And then we'll talk about the allocation component later on in this presentation and how we'll get to that point. And so now we'll just review what we've already worked on, put a lot of work in to get to that point. I do thank that everybody who tried to work on the formatting component of the strategic plan, but thank you to the Go Team office, who was very nice and provided a platform for us just to kind of type it in and then it kind of spit it out in a nice little PDF. So that definitely helped out a lot. And then also thank the Go Team office for providing us with a Microsoft form in order for us to work on our rankings, and we'll go over that in a second. As we worked last couple of times to finalize our strategic plan, this is where we landed with our mission and vision. Then we worked hard on our goals to make sure that we are moving the school forward. And then at the bottom, it's like, well, how will we hit those goals, which became our objectives. And so we translated what was then our priorities into our objectives, and then we put them in various categories in our 6 categories. And then this is our proposed 2025-2030 strategic plan. And so the next item is to take a vote in order to approve this strategic plan, which will be our plan from 2025 to 2030. Does anybody have any questions about our plan? So this is everything that I gathered from our previous meetings, plugged it in, and this is where we landed. And Ms. Moore, whenever you're ready, whenever the team is ready, you can go ahead and take a vote and to approve it.
Okay, does anyone have any further discussion or thoughts or questions on the strategic plan? Or do you need another moment to keep rereading it?
Well, I'm looking at the form that was sent to us, and there's one that says English through dual language immersion and traditional pathways with world language. Like there's no verb there. I'm not sure what that one means. Is that the same?
Do you see my cursor at
Yeah.
this one?
Okay,
That
so
one
it's
is also, aren't they both written? Isn't there 2?
maybe it's
These
only
are
one.
2. These are
Okay,
2
so
different
maybe it's
ones.
just a typo on the form.
It might be.
I'm trying
It
to
may
find
be.
that one. Extend.
Unfortunately, it didn't translate directly from this strategic plan to the form. It had to be manually entered. So if there's any typos, I know who to blame.
Can you slide it over a little bit? Or is that something that I could do on my end?
Let's see here. Where is this located?
Student.
Maybe
I'm trying to see the word before the
There
first
we go.
one, students.
extend.
Provide services to address. Okay, or no, go down. Yeah.
These are 2 different ones.
Promote increase.
Promote and then strengthen.
Where is that English through dual language immersion part? Maybe to the left.
I think it's on the bottom of the left right there. It's the very last sentence right
Oh,
underneath
yeah.
Oh,
at
yeah.
the top.
So go
Going
up.
back up. Go back up.
This one?
No,
Nope.
keep going
One
up.
more. Right
This
there,
one?
the very last sentence.
Okay.
English through dual language immersion and traditional pathways with world language. I think it was just a typo.
Okay, so that one is combined with the extend opportunities.
Oh, gotcha.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
So the form isn't official. This document that you're showing us is the official.
This is the official strategic plan that we're going to vote on, yes. And then we will do the rankings. So that's one in all core areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 objectives. And I think what you have are 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was 10 on the form.
Mm. Well, I don't know. It says Spanish and English. I think this is just one.
Yeah, it
And,
is. But on the form, it was split into two, is what I
oh,
think
it was
Ms.
split into two.
Carlson's saying.
Gotcha. Okay.
That one that we're looking at right now, is
Mhm.
it about the world language? Is it about Spanish class? Is it about, like, I see biliteracy, bilingualism, Spanish and English, and world language, and dual language immersion all in one thing? Like, what's that one saying? That we're
I
just
think the I
focusing
think the
on all that?
purpose of it, I think the purpose of that one is to just kind of make sure that this idea of our kids being, especially with IB being international mindedness and our world language of choice being Spanish, is that our kids on the DLI side will get it, but we gotta make sure that we also handle our kids on the traditional side. And
Okay,
so that's where, our Spanish teacher pushes into the traditional classrooms to make sure those kids get the foreign language exposure as well, that they wouldn't actually get for not being on the DLI side.
right. Okay, yeah, I like that.
Are there any other questions about our objectives?
Can we go back up to I think the goals is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Which one?
Go up a little bit where it says like the subgroups. So right here where it says subgroups, Black wheel, like are we only going to be focusing on that select subgroup, or are we thinking about the Hispanic population as well too, or?
You mean where it says 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, does it in number 2? I think we added
Definitely
Hispanic.
added it. Yeah, we added all the subgroups. So we went through and did all that. I think just in the form, in the formatting, you see how it has like a continuation with those dots. I don't think that it populated everything in this particular view. But yeah, we definitely were intentional. And we remember when we went through and showed the CCRPI screen and looking at all the subgroups that we had, and then we changed those numbers to make sure that we are intentional about looking at each of the subgroups. So it is there. I think just in the formatting,
We
like I
just
said
flipped
earlier,
it.
yeah,
Could you
it
make
may,
the
Okay.
font smaller or something so we could see it?
to be honest with you, I didn't have control over it. So there was
Okay.
a link that the Go Team office provided us that we were able to type everything in here, and it put it into the kind of format that the district strategic plan looks like, with the mission vision. Here would be the APS mission vision, Atlanta Public Schools, Atlanta Public Schools goals, objectives down here. And so every school would have that same kind of a format. But I think the wordiness maybe of it kind of truncated it in order to make it look like the format, but the essence of it is still there. And I could work with the Go Team office just to make sure that the spirit of of it is still visible, so that everybody knows what we're working on.
Cool.
So
Yeah, because
I'll
Joycelyn, I do remember it was the last meeting you were not able to attend. We did specifically add in the other subgroups because we saw in our CCRPI that the Hispanic subgroup was one of our lowest. And it
Okay.
wasn't
I just
accounted
only asked
for.
because I just couldn't see it. That's why. But if it's
Yeah,
there, I believe it's there. I just couldn't see it. That's why I asked.
and Miss Mayers is coming in now. Yeah. And again, I made note of it to work with the Go Team office to see. Like when I was trying to do it manually, the font just got smaller and smaller and smaller to the point that was almost useless. So we'll see if there's any way to kind of work with the formatting so that it is, because if outside this strategic plan lives outside of just our Go Team, it lives for our school and the larger community, and so we want to make sure that even if they weren't a part of this conversation, they will also know what we're working on as well. So I will work with the Go Team office to see if we can get that corrected. Okay.
and Miss Jacoby said she made note of it as well, and we'll work on it.
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you, Miss Jacoby. Um, any other observations, questions before we go for a vote? Okay, well, if we are done discussing it, would anyone, hold on, um, motion to approve this strategic plan?
I motion to approve.
Thank you. May I have a second?
A second.
Thank you. All in favor of our strategic plan, please raise your hand or say aye. Okay. You may lower. Anyone opposed, please raise your hand or say nay. And any abstentions, please say abstain. All right, our strategic plan has been approved.
All right. Thank you, everybody. And so part of the process is all the work that we worked before is to come up with the plan and create our objectives. Then the next part of the process is to rank our objectives. And the purpose of ranking our objectives is that will take me and the rest of the people who work on the budget to make sure that the money is aligned with what we say we want as a priority for our schools. And so these are the objectives that came from the strategic plan. These are the ones that was uploaded into the Google form with the one error of combining two into one into the form. And then everybody has done that already. I'm going to stop sharing and go to the screen where our responses are. So, Ms. Moore, I have 6 responses. Is that everybody? Or should I wait for more?
That would not be everybody. If you did not get a chance, Dr. Edwards had sent a Microsoft form to our email thread about ranking the objectives. And you can take a minute to do that now. And is it going to populate them in the order we say, and then we can discuss if we.
And so the way the form will work, everybody gets an opportunity to chime in, and then the form will re-rank and reorganize into the final order that everybody has suggested. And then at that point, we'll have an opportunity to discuss the final ranking. Does anybody need the form again? It should be in your email. And what number should we look for in order to see that everybody vote has been counted?
Um,
Sorry, this is Miss Mayers. I'm driving right now. I was in an appointment, so I will take like 10 minutes for me to do it
Okay.
because I'll be home like in 5.
Well,
Sorry.
definitely do not do it while driving.
I know I won't.
Safety is always first.
Thank you.
well, and I think we can go with the submissions we have now because
Okay.
it will still be open for a discussion once we even put them out. We'll still have time to discuss and change things based on what we hear other people say or thoughts and feedback.
Perfect.
Ms.
Perfect.
Jacoby, did you have a comment or question?
No, Ms. Moore, that's exactly what I was going to say, is that the whole thing with the survey was just to help you all get to a starting point. So if
Mhm.
the majority of Go Team members have responded, it gives you that starting point. So anybody who may not have had an opportunity to respond will now be able to do that during discussion.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So
Perfect.
yeah,
Perfect.
let's
Perfect.
go ahead and check
All
out
right.
where we're at and discuss from there.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Again, I'm on with my one screen. Share. All right. Everybody should see a Microsoft Forms thing.
Yeah, can you
Okay.
slide it up a bit on the screen? Yeah.
Here. And then maybe I could reduce it.
Or click that little up arrow. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Now I have to move y'all to another side. All right. So these don't necessarily these match order, but not necessarily side by side. So number 10 is this one, and number 1 is this one. And so we'll give everybody a minute to kind of process. And
So
then if
were we
anybody has
saying
questions,
that
go
number
ahead.
5 and number 3 are actually the same objective, or are they two separate ones?
5 and
They are the
3.
same, and the one that's missing is, I think, a very important one. Offer students relevant instruction that supports comprehension and communication in all content areas. So that one's not in the list.
gotcha. So if we look at this without like recreating the form, maybe we can talk to everybody that's on the screen to see where that would fit or slide in with what we already have. And then that will kind of help us place it where it needs to be. Katie, can you repeat what you just said?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat too. Um, offer students relevant instruction that supports comprehension and communication in all core content areas. So I think that, and then the two that we have at the top are the most important, really, because it's all students and it's
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when we get to the point of like having the discussion of it, I would probably slide for me. I would slide that probably between number 1 and 2.
Mhm.
That's where I would like to see it.
When it's talking about personalized services in reading and math, is that like the extra programs that we have?
Yeah. Also with the EIP. So like when we're talking about budgets and if it comes to a point, if we're in a deficit and we're looking at having to abolish and reduce force, if
Uh-huh.
that's like number one, number two, what this Go team is saying, don't touch that. You
Yeah.
gotta find someplace else to reduce other than that. Um, Now we're going to talk about the allocation later on, but the way we stand right now, like we're not looking at any kind of reduction of force at Garden Hill. So we're in a pretty healthy state right now. So, but yeah, that's the philosophy behind it.
Okay.
I guess I have a question just in terms of like wanting to order them in most like importance level. The one that Katie you put in the chat about offering student relevant instruction
Mhm.
that supports comprehension and communication in all content areas. If we already have, I mean, thinking that we're going to continue with HMH and the math curriculum, if we already have that in place, what exactly? And our coaches are making sure there's strong instruction throughout the building. What exactly is that ensuring or promoting, I guess,
Yeah.
outside of what we're already doing?
I think from my perspective, one of the opportunities for our campus is really to dig into that differentiation component. So that's the personalization that tier one should guarantee. And right now, with the HMH on the language arts side, the Savas slash Godot stuff on the math side, it's it's really kind of pushing out to everybody. And I know that the coaches have been working on the APS graphs and look at people on the cusp, pushing them up from different levels, whether distinguished, proficient, whatever. And so we definitely can do across the campus can do a better job of that initial instruction being differentiated, especially like at the October. At that point, like we know our kids. We got the first map data. We have unit one assessments. We have all kind of classroom assessments. We know our kids. So at that point, we really can start breaking our kids down and giving them that differentiated instruction. So that's what I interpreted that standard to mean.
Okay, that makes sense. I just wanted to clarify.
I also think too, when we make this document, we make it without truly knowing, since us parents don't necessarily know what the coaches are telling you guys. So it's a priority of the greater community in case anyone was to step into different roles.
Yeah. Would the wording need to change at all in order for that to happen? For like sometimes we get caught in what a friend of mine called edubabble, and so it's definitely our language versus normal people language. Would the wording need
Well,
to change, or we could just pick
I'm
it
a
up?
teacher too, so I know the
Oh, so you
language.
know the edubabble.
um, I think we could look at like we split up between like the biliteracy one and the other half of it if we want to keep it at number three or keep it at number five. I mean, it's all close together, but I would suggest to keep it at number three to ensure our dual language program is a priority as well as the IB language aspect.
I agree with that. And
I do.
so,
Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead. No,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say I do as well. And if number 6, I feel like that should be if that could go up then to number 5. I just feel like it should be higher, specifically the attendance part of that because or wait, sorry. No, 7 is with the attendance actually. I just think the attendance part should be higher because I do think we are ranking pretty low in that, comparatively to other schools, and we don't have strong enough systems in place, I think, currently to target that. So if that's a part of like the fourth strategic goal, like that needs to be higher because I think that's going to be hard to go from 2 out of 5 to 4 out of 5 on our climate if attendance is a part of that.
So let's see here. We like 7. You're suggesting make 7 bump up to between 3 and 4?
Or if we're saying 5 is combined with 3, then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if it can take the place of 5 or I don't.
Okay, I follow.
Can you actually pull up like the Microsoft form and then like we can put them and sort of move them as we discuss now that we've seen where they're at? Does that make sense?
I don't know.
Or maybe I can.
Yeah, there's a
So,
blank one. Looks like. Can you
I don't know.
drag those on
Will
yours?
it change? I'm on the creator side of things,
Oh, okay.
not the user side.
Let's see.
Do you want me to add it?
If someone goes into the link, they can just click on the link again because there's unlimited amount of times that you can answer
Right.
the thing. So if we just have a blank,
Here, I think I'm getting it.
So should I add it here?
No.
Well, if I
No?
can share, oh, only you can share your
Okay,
screen.
well, I'm gonna stop sharing. And then view
Um,
requests.
it says I can't, only the host can share in this meeting. If you can
Oh,
make me a,
I thought you could request it. Let me make you a host. Okay, I just changed the setting.
okay, let me try one more time. Share. Right. Um, oops, did it work? No.
It says multiple participants can share simultaneously. I just clicked that one. Or maybe advanced share option. Oh, no, it says who can share all participants. Who can start sharing when someone else is sharing all participants.
Okay, but you can't see my screen.
No, I cannot see your screen right now.
Can you just click on the link, Dr. Edwards, that you sent us in the email?
Oh yeah.
I can.
Maybe that would work.
We talk about problem solving. Now let's go to share and let's look at that. And I think this is what we want to see.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So if we move them, is that all of them?
Well, remember I didn't add the
Yeah,
blank.
yeah.
I mean, the one I was missing. I didn't, the 11th one, I guess I should say.
So we can just keep that, move that one that's double all the way to the bottom, which is that English through dual language. The third one down could go all the way down since it's a repeat.
Okay.
And then
Okay, so I think the way it was
the number one was like that, I think.
You know
yeah,
what? I'm following.
strengthen the implementation of core.
Yep, number 5 go up to 2. And then it was,
Then we were going to add in the one that's missing,
okay.
but then left extend by literacy.
Uh,
And
And
then we
then
want
this
to
is
use
where we
attendance.
kind of,
we were talking about social
Yeah.
emotional and then the attendance. So
I
move
think we
that.
want the attendance to go above social learning, social emotional.
Yeah.
yes,
This is where you want it.
that
Yeah.
was where our discussion was at. Yes.
Okay.
Um,
And then 8 and 9 were switched on our voting
okay.
as a result, but there can be discussion.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we like. And I think that what we're saying is the one that was missing will go between 2 and 3. And then the
Correct.
rest of it will be our order.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I can do is
Before you completely submit it, though, I think we need to vote on it.
Can I
right.
ask a question too about something about retaining outstanding staff or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
So this is for what, 5 years? Or how many years does
This
this?
is actually only for next year.
Oh,
This is
Yeah, we'll re-rank the objectives, even though the strategic plan is for 5 years. We'll re-rank the objectives.
okay. It's just for next year.
we'll still have the same objectives, but we'll have discussion for re-ranking.
Mm-hmm. I know it just makes me think of, okay, all of our leadership roles are filled pretty
As
much
of right now,
as of right now.
but it is a fluid, it's a fluid process. You know, people have other opportunities. So one thing that I always stress with the admin team is that HR is forever. It doesn't stop. And so even as a campus, you know, we've had to make some adjustments mid-year, not necessarily at the leadership level, but we've had to be flexible and move things around. So
So
yeah,
can you explain what 7 would look like? Say somebody had to leave. Does that mean we would look right to who we have in our building or?
yeah, well, we can't guarantee jobs. That's not okay. But what we're saying is we would not look at internal. Like it's always a good thing to promote from within that adds to the culture and climate of the building. And then that, or any organization, to be honest with you, it just gives people a sense of being able to move or up in that organization without leaving. But at the same time, you have to create systems to feed into them so they're adequately prepared for those positions as well. So, you know, a subset of this is creating some kind of like some localized aspiring leaders program so that we can, you know, get them used to seeing things outside of their current role so they can move seamlessly into those positions when they become available. So that's like a under, and that's something that, you know, that's near and dear to me. Having been a coach to current APs when I was at AP and a mentor for rising people who want to become APs. Like we launched the Aspiring Leader program all the way back when I was at Mays. That's where it kind of birthed from for the district level. So yeah, that's something that is important to me to promote from within.
Okay.
Does anyone else have any thoughts or discussions on our rankings?
Are you sure you don't want to say anything, Charles?
I have a
Sure.
question just about 6.
Okay.
Like what because I really like what 7 stands for, so I'm just trying to understand 6 more. Like what does that is that including field trips? Is that including some type of like monthly IB activities? What is 6 really those learning experiences, or is that just like incorporated into daily instruction more?
All of that, all of the above. And so you know how we have our partnership with AIS next door. And so that's a part of it. Our field trips are a part of it. But one of the things that's a strength of our campus is the use of manipulatives. that's a good thing, just to make sure that the kids are just not learning it one way, but that multi way of getting concepts. So all of that is part of it. We have the speakers that come in, our in-house field trips. So all those things is what this objective to me says that we need to continue and at the same time continue to strengthen.
I think it also might include science lab,
Yeah.
maybe.
And I got word today that there's an opportunity for us to kind of up that next year. So I'm excited to work with the HVAC team. It looks like we'll be able to kind of include that in the scope of work to kind of give Miss McKenzie even more. So I'm excited about that. That's one of my goals tomorrow is come in and take pictures and send it to them to see where we can strengthen that even more.
But I do agree, Miss Grant, that number 7 is important. I would be fine switching it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like that is the only one that uh is like promoting something for the staff, and I feel like we don't have as much in place for that as we do compared to number or like the inquiry based, although that is important as well, and I want that to continue. I feel like we are already getting off on a better start with that this year, or like the science lab opening up and other things, the computer lab, all of that. But I don't feel like the kind of that pathway or like helping develop the staff is there as much.
I got you. Do we like this switch? I went ahead and switched it right here just for discussion purposes. As a unit, do we like the switch?
My only concern would be if we switch it and it comes down to budget allocations, would we end up losing a teacher based on our priorities or one of those specials because it's not ranked as highly?
So I think just in my experience of working with budgets, one thing everybody on here should know is like not every objective is tied to a dollar, right? This one right here, number 6, is not necessarily a money objective. So providing those experiences and promoting from within, that's one of those gimmies. So I don't foresee that if it came down to losing someone that this would be the anchor that would make that decision a yay or nay.
And I'm fine either way.
So should we just be ranking these on the things that cost money? Or are they important just
They're still important because it helps us just like on the philosophy of how to approach things. So like there's like yes, this is the budget. That's true, and we're ranking priorities, but there's like so much more to school and schooling more than the dollars of it. So I wouldn't say just the dollars, but just continue to like think about what the culture and climate of the campus is, because ultimately you can't have achievement without a positive culture and climate and vice versa. So all these things kind of work together. So I wouldn't limit it just to dollars when we're looking at the ranking the objectives.
Any other thoughts? Do you
So
want
I
to keep
think
it as is or move something around?
I don't know. I mean, since that is money, I guess we could move it up. What does anybody else think? Trade it for 5? That one doesn't seem like it's
Yeah, switch 5 and 7.
yeah.
switch 5 and 7.
5 all comes from the district anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say is 5 including my only thought about that was the parent liaison piece because I feel
Right.
like
So five can be money because
Mm,
inside of that is social worker,
okay,
counselor,
never mind. They're very important.
yeah, all that stuff is in there.
No, we need them.
Like we have vibes is tied into that too, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
keep
that links into five.
and I feel like 4 and 5 go hand in hand. Like you really need 5 to help with 4.
And
Mhm.
think about when you think about the attendance component and then the social worker, that's her number one priority in their process. Attendance is that. And right now we're trending way above we did last year, which is a good thing. But we are dipping, but I don't think that's necessarily a Garden Hills thing. I think that's more of a societal thing that people are not coming to school.
And
Um,
flu.
flu. Yeah, so we're in the winter months right now. So all that combined, we're dipping just a little, but still trending ahead of last year. So those are all good things. We have our weekly attendance meetings where we focus on those things. So yeah. And when you talk about tying in parent liaison, now that we don't have a parent liaison, the grade that the parent liaison was assigned is the one that we got to focus on because it's not getting that attention. So we have developed a plan in order to make sure that we address that grade level.
Well, and I mean, I think these are all important things, which is why we have put them as our objectives. And it is hard to nitpick it down to a ranking order. I think we're at a good place at this moment.
Mhm.
Okay. So in order just to capture everything and I can go back and put it in, I just put this as my notes. When I on my end, I can go back and look at the individual responses. So I'll know to put the objective that was missing and slide it in at number 3. And then all this will become 11 objectives. Are we okay with that?
It will
Yeah,
become
so
10. Number 10 is part of number 3 currently.
Gotcha.
It's a continuation of that sentence.
Gotcha.
Then do I have a motion to vote on our objective ranking?
I motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
a second.
Thank you. All in favor with our ranking, please raise your hand and say aye or say aye. Excellent. That looked like everyone. All right, we are on to our discussion items, which we have reviewed our strategic plan and our objective rankings. So we are moving on to the budget development preparation.
I'm on the slideshow.
Yes.
Okay. So this is basically what's next. So the district really, so we've taken action and the next part, the district has over the next 2 days, either Tuesday or Wednesday, everybody has to go in and be a part of the allocation meeting. And then at that point, they'll explain how every school has gotten their allocation in years. For people who've been on Go Teams before, that was part of every local school, but we're taking a district approach to that this year. And so once that happens, then from there, we'll finalize the budget, send it to the cluster superintendent. Then I'll have what we call a staffing meeting. So I'll meet with the cluster superintendent, HR, and some more folks. And then I have to kind of present that to them. And then once we're done with staffing conferences, then I'll come back to the Go team and show you guys and ladies and gentlemen everything that we worked on for the final approval. And then we'll finalize the budget from there.
Okay, so our next Go Team meeting is February 9th. if I have it correct.
If it's February 9th,
Yes.
let's see here. When is my staffing meeting?
Well, according to what you just posted, it said at the end of February, right?
Yeah, I just want to make sure our next meeting is worthwhile.
According to the records that we have from what the original vote you all took in August, we have the next meeting being Monday, February 9th.
Right.
If you've made a change.
Do you happen to have our Garden Hills staffing meeting?
No, I don't. I just know that all staffing meetings are going to be held the week of February 23rd.
Okay, that helps.
So
So based on what's the agenda for the next Go Team meeting compared to February 23rd? Do you
So
think we should?
on February 9th, Principal Edwards, is where you present your draft budget to the team. Because the
Gotcha.
team needs to approve that draft budget before you take it to staffing conference.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure that we were moving in the right timeline. So thank you. Thank you. All right. So we'll keep February 9th. And so from this point up until February 9th, the team and I will work on allocating the funds that we received into different things. I'll come back, present to you, show you the fact that we've put the dollars where we're supposed to, where we've agreed to based on the rankings. Then I'll take that budget into staffing conferences. They'll give thumbs up, thumbs down. I'll come back to you guys to show what came out of staffing meeting. And at that point, that will be our final budget going into next year.
Okay, great.
And
We can
then,
move on
go
to
ahead.
information items then, which is your principal report.
All right. So I don't think, hold on. I don't think the overall CCRPI number was released the last time that we met. So our overall school number, it's interesting that we're in late January talking about last year's numbers still, but it's definitely been completely compiled. The only thing it's kind of up in the air if we're going to have a star rating or not. I'm not quite sure. But our overall score is an 80.6 from last year. That is up 4 points from the year before. So that is all good things trending in the right way in terms of being the top that there is. So now if you're giving a letter grade, we're definitely in the B category. I will say that part of my principal report later on, we'll talk about math and where we are with that. And so our map data this year in our winter administration has a lot of good growth. And so early on in our map, it looks like we can predict that 80 will go up even higher next year. A strength of ours going from fall to winter map is our language arts. A lot of growth amongst all overall and subgroups. Some areas that we could continue to grow in terms of meeting pure achievement is math and science. And of course, science is just fifth grade, but but we still show growth over all of them. So we got to make sure that we understand that growth is excellent. Taking a kid from where they are and moving them to where they are, moving beyond that, that is good stuff. Even if we don't meet the absolute achievement bar, and so we're definitely seeing growth across the board. But in order to get to that absolute achievement, there's an opportunity for us to continue to work with math and language arts. And that's in terms of CCRPI and all that. Any questions about CCRPI and where we land with that? HVAC is, all year long for us. Most recently, we talked about the recent one. The next thing to come up is that hallway that connects the front of the building to the cafeteria, where pretty much the admin offices are. So that will start February 16th during our winter break. And then that will actually continue all the way to March 16th. Um, so the team in that area, they're working on relocating. We're going to make it and work with the contractors in such a way that that hallway will stay open and stay clean and ready for school throughout the entire process. So all the dirty work is going to happen while we're out of the building during that week. And then by the time we come back, they'll be working behind the walls, building new walls, running HVAC, running electrical, and all that other stuff. So school will still look like school once the kids come back after the winter break. So no worries about that. Once that is complete, the only thing left is the building where the cafeteria is and the area, the fourth and fifth grade hall above it. And so that pretty much will be the last big lift, and that's scheduled for the summer. Because that kind of work everybody needs to be off the building. There'll be some power shut down and so on and so forth. So as soon as we leave on the last day of school, the building is theirs. It's a construction zone. They'll put the fencing around just like last summer and be ready to rock and roll. But because of the work that we've done all year, um, it won't, it should not take as long as it did this year. So it would not be so last minute right before the teachers come back, before the students come back, that we're ready to open up the building. We were hoping that some of the areas that did get the new HVAC, like the third grade hall, didn't have to pack up like the front of the building did last summer. However, they will because of the painting that's going to take place. So they will have to pack up and move all this stuff so that we can do painting all over the building that didn't get the fresh coat of paint that the front side of the building received. So that is all of the HVAC updates. Any questions on that?
They gonna build us a teacher bathroom up there over the summer too?
Oh, you know what? I never even thought there's nothing up there, is there?
No.
Look, I don't mind putting it into the ask. That's right. There's nothing up there. Wow, I never thought about that. Thank you for that perspective. We'll just knock out one of the storage closets and run some piping.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. Another thing I didn't put on here. We've been without field lights for like 2 years, I was told, or something like that. We have field lights now. They
Wow,
are
that's great.
they are up and running as of Tuesday. So we no, yeah, as a Wednesday, we had to bore underneath the playground to connect one side to the next, and then they connected them, and so we have field lights. So hopefully, once the weather gets warmer, we can bring back our morning mile and all those other things that's been missing because it's been so dark out there in the morning. So that is exciting news. Any of our Acorns to Oaks people on the line or listening, it looks like we'll be breaking ground on our field house in March. I think that's been a project that's been in the works for about 4 or 5 years.
Mhm.
So that is moving forward as well. So a lot of good things are happening on the campus. The Georgia DOE started a new award, the John Hancock Award for third grade. Mr. Willoughby is on the line. He he was part of that team in order to get that last year. We took a nice picture when we went to Mays a couple weeks ago. So that was awesome being recognized for that. And then ooh, the principal selection process is up and running. The job was posted this month. Interview should happen next month, and then by the March board meeting, there should be some type of announcement. And
I have a
yeah,
question about that. They sent the date as February 13th, which seems like there's probably a lot going on at Garden Hills that day because there's the Black History performance, it's Valentine's Day,
Mm-hmm.
the day before a week off. I personally reached out to the person who sent the email asking if there was any chance it would be moved and never heard a reply back. I didn't know if the rest of the team felt that was a challenging day as well. I just felt like with the Black History performance and half the SCO team is teachers and staff, not being there seems like a conflict of interest. But if I'm the only one that feels that way, I am more than happy to move forward.
I also sent an email asking could they choose a different day, possibly the Monday or Tuesday after this professional development day for us, because of it being the 13th day before Valentine's, all those things. It impacts if we took the 13th or 14th or whatever day that Monday and Tuesday is, it would not impact instruction, students, nor teachers, nor schools. So, but I didn't hear anything back either.
Okay, well, I will circle back myself.
I don't think I'm going. I'm going to let that be part of the Go team lift. I'm going to stay out that process.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will circle back and see if I get a response.
Yeah, I wonder if they already sent the applicants their interview date, or then they would have
I
to
mean,
undo it for everybody they sent it to.
right. It just felt like she could have even just responded and told me that.
I know. It is the most difficult day to be out. But I gotta
and it just makes me having a first grader knowing two of her teachers are on this, missing out on the fun of Valentine's Day and the support during the Black History program. But I will reiterate my thoughts again.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
And if it doesn't change back on campus, we'll make sure our kids do not miss out on it. We will cover that. Okay.
Thank you. All right. Does anyone else have any other announcements for the Go team?
Don't forget that we all have to have budget training.
Yes, in the next 2 days. And if you need the link, Ms. Jacoby just said she would share it with anyone. I can also send it to our group chat if need be. All right. Well, if there's no additional business at that time, we have reached the end of our agenda. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Excellent. All in favor, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Excellent. The meeting is adjourned at 6:10 p.m. Thank you, and thank you, Mr. Willoughby, for taking notes.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks,
All right.
everyone.
Have a
Keep warm.
Thank you.